Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back to the Uncle Sharma channel. Another little live stream. I'm not going to stay on for too long, but I didn't promise that I was going to come on every day, but avid watcher of the show, of the good support of the channel, kind of bullied me into coming on, come live this time around. I said I was going live all week, but I didn't say every single day all week, but yeah, he's probably right. Should be coming on. Should come on to celebrate, to talk about what's going on in the world of Inter, because it's just so fun now, isn't it? Like everything that's related to Inter is just full of positivity now. We've had so many years where you go through weeks of negativity, and all the news is negative around Inter, and this is going on, that guy's getting sold, Icardi drama, Wandanara, all this drama they used to have around Inter. And this is like, from my memory, this is the most positive period around Inter, even though there's still that stuff going on about, the ownership, the loan that's needed to kind of help Inter's finances, the liquidity for Suning to cover the wages, the outstanding wages and payments and things like that. But everything is looking really good. Inter fans are just posting positive. I know this is the most positive I've seen Inter Twitter in my life. I've been on Twitter for a few years, but only properly on Twitter for like 2 years. And yeah, it's been mostly negative, apart from matches when we win. But this has been a very positive period for me on Twitter, just seeing Interisti being positive. There's not that many of you here, but appreciate you, everyone that's here at the moment. Like now Biggie, this man's always coming through on Inter-related streams. I always see this guy. Big shout out to you. Balta, hi to you as well, mate. And yeah, the merch, bro. Yeah, I'm wearing the merch right now, as you can see there. Coming soon. Just gotta iron out a few details, but you can see this is the first design that I've done. The Big Rom design. You guys got the exclusive look at it the other day on the live stream, if you're on it the other day. And I hope you enjoyed. It seems like people enjoyed the one I did with the Zuki the other day. Getting that female perspective of things is nice, to get a different perspective on things. It's nice. Oh, we got a Juventino in the house. Sporting behavior. You could have left out the Inter Merda, but yeah, we deserve the Scudetto 100%. Fair play to you for admitting that. And if you can't admit that, then you just be blind, to be honest. But appreciate that comment, apart from the Inter Merda part. So it's just gotta say Juve Merda, just to get back at you. Roma embarrassing Serie A in Europe as usual. What is the score? Let me have a quick look. Roma, so it was 1-0. Cavani. Oh, 2-2. Actually, they're doing better than I thought. 8-4 on aggregate, obviously, which is embarrassing. But on the night, 2-2. Edin Dzeko, Brian Cristante. It's not too bad. I thought with Fonseca being confirmed as the not being renewed his contract, he's gonna leave at the end of the season, and Jose coming in, I thought they would just collapse. So we'll see in the next couple of weeks at Roma what happens, because when something like that happens, it's easy for the players to just kind of give up. It's like, what's the point? This manager's not going to be there. We don't need to work hard, run around. Yeah, so they're doing the right 2-2, but they'll probably, I reckon Man United will probably get some goal on the counter attack or something. Samir, the goal, we got the big Slovenian king in the house. He wants to do a Balkan episode, I guess, with the Zuki and maybe some other Balkans. Balkans are taking over my channel. Yeah, we can do that whenever you want, bro. We can do whenever, like maybe after the Sampdoria match, maybe on Sunday we can do a stream. We can do the Balkan stream, all the Balkans together. Get Brozovic and Perisic and Handanovic, everyone in. Ljajic, Jovetic, all the Balkan boys, get them together. Hola, Balkan boys. What do you think about the new Eno? Yeah, apparently, so I've told you guys, and you must have heard, on Inter again, a new anthem. The Pazza Inter was always kind of the unofficial anthem since Suning kind of came in and C'è solo l'Inter was like the official anthem that was used at the stadium, especially these past 2 seasons from what I believe. But Inter are bringing in a new one, and they're actually kind of put it like, I think it's almost like a competition, or not like a competition, but they've kind of put it out there for, you know, singers and the artists to make their version. And I guess they're picking one, and there's like 3 main versions out there. The one I like, I'm not sure what they're called. That's the issue. I can't, because I don't really know who did it. But the one Padelli posted one on his he did a video that was quite like a little emotional video, because, you know, I think he was an Inter fan for his whole life, and he was like, you know, showing off his son and his wife and him in Milan watching the celebrations. But the music in the background, that one was a nice anthem. If they picked that one, I'd be happy with that, because that one sounded nice. The other one I heard, the I Am Inter one, I think that's probably going to be the one they go with, because it's the I Am Inter, you know, it's all in line with the marketing and new branding, and it's kind of catchy. It's got the, you know, the tune, and the chorus is like, you know, you can hear the whole stadium kind of singing that I Am Inter type of thing. So they'll probably go, from what I've read, I think they're going with that. I think it's sung by Max Pezzali and some other dude. Yeah, I'm interesting to see what they do with that. But yeah, lots of new things happening at our club. But, you know, those anthems are always there. I know a lot of people are like, you know, against this kind of stuff. But, you know, staying traditional to things. But, you know, those anthems are there. You know, you can still play that anthem on, you know, Spotify, or, you know, on YouTube before matches and things. You know, you can blast it out in your car, in your house. They're still there. They're not going anywhere. It's just at the stadium they will be playing something new. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying new things. And, you know, if something sounds better and, you know, more in line with the new. Yeah, Mo likes the Padelli one as well. Shouts out to Mo as well. Obviously, he's struggling to get his Twitter account back, but hopefully he gets it back soon. Yes, sir. I am from Leicester. Well remembered. Yeah, get the Balkans together, make your calls, your connections. Hey man, yeah, Serie A next season is going to be lit. Conte versus Mourinho, Gasperini, Inzaghi, Gattuso, Allegri, potentially. Let's not forget there's potentially Spalletti coming to, rumored to be, you know, if Gattuso leaves Napoli, Spalletti is supposed to be in line to replace Gattuso there, and Gattuso apparently is heavily linked with Fiorentina as well. So yeah, with the Mourinho's arrival, you know, Mourinho, he's definitely, you know, not the coach he was a decade ago, even like 5-6 years ago, but he's still, as you saw when he was announced at Roma, he brings eyeballs to wherever he goes. The media attention goes there. So in that term, is definitely positive that Mourinho is in the Serie A once again. You know, international coverage will be more on Serie A. Watching Roma, there'll be more interest in Roma. Yeah, so it's a great thing, and yeah, that coaching level is very high. Roma, once again, the only Italian team with a foreign coach. They were last year with Fonseca this season, and they will be next year for the moment with Mourinho. And the other 19 coaches in the league are all Italian, but still the level of coaching in Italy still remains pretty high. You know, obviously, we've seen there's going to be another all-English final, so the Premier League is obviously still the strongest league, I guess. But, you know, coaching wise, you know, Italy's always been, you know, up there. Italy's always been a great school of coaches, and it remains that. Even Sarri, you know, is rumored to be maybe, yeah, King Darian says Sarri might be going to Milan as well. That would be an interesting one. You know, obviously they're not sure with their situation. It depends on top four. I doubt Sarri. I'm not sure if Sarri would come if they miss out on Champions League and they would be able to afford his salary. You know, apparently Sarri wants around 4 million net a year, which is pretty expensive. You know, I think that's like double what Pioli earns, and you probably need to overhaul that squad, because that Milan squad is not Sarri ready type of squad. So yeah, it'll be interesting times for Milan. It depends on injuries on that top 4 spot. And as Interisti, we know the importance of that top 4 spot, don't we? We know how much it rides, how much it can help, you know, change your fortunes. You know, that first 4 spot that we got with the Spalletti changed things. That was when we were able to start finally, bringing in players, bringing in top coaches, spending, money and giving higher wages to players. It's a big step. So Milan there's a lot of riding there. Donnarumma apparently is also waiting to see whether they make top four to make his decision, which makes sense. That guy still hasn't played Champions League since he's started playing for Milan since like 2016 when he broke into the team. They haven't been back in the Champions League since then. So this guy is probably like, I'm 21, 22 now. It's about time I start playing some Champions League football. And obviously the money situation as well. Apparently he's asking for more than 10 million net, which is a lot of money because Ibra earns 7. So this guy is going to be out earning Ibra by a considerable amount if he gets what he wants, and I don't see that happening at those figures. But yeah, let's see who else we've got in the house. Apparently, one they're not going to select. They are not going to select the Padelli. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the anthem they are going to select is the Max Pezzali one. Is the one I posted under my video a couple of videos back. The I Am Inter one, because it makes sense. It just relates to the whole campaign. But as I said, the other one sounded better to me, to my ears. But obviously, subjective music, isn't it? Who out of Gagliardini? Saud shouts out to you. Who out of Gagliardini, Vecino, and Vidal do you see leaving this off season? Honestly, as I've said before, you guys know I'm a big Arturo Vidal fan. He's, a serial winner, 9 league titles out the last 10 years. It's not a coincidence. Obviously, this season you could say he was a passenger, and maybe at Barcelona he was a massive contributor to it, but still, it's not a coincidence. This guy's a proven winner. But 6.5 million net salary, guys. Arturo King Vidal, El Rey. I don't see him staying. I think something similar to what Godin was on around 5-6 million as well last year, and they let him go to Cagliari for free, or they canceled the contract so he could go to Cagliari for free just because of the high wages to bring in Arturo Vidal. And just for that reason, the wages, unless he takes some sort of pay cut, but that would mean that he would have to extend his contract, and he's already 33, 34, so I don't see that happening. But again, who's going to pay him those types of wages? I've seen Marseille have been linked with him. They have a new coach who wants to bring him in. I could see him at Marseille, but, again, can they afford those wages unless he drops his demands? I don't really see that happening. But if there is the opportunity to let Arturo go, I think they will let Arturo go. It makes sense. Just wages-wise, it's too much to pay him. Let's not forget the wage budget will be increasing in this team, as I've put, in the ticker down below. New contracts are incoming. Lautaro's wage probably doubling. Bastoni's wage probably doubling. De Vrij doubling. A lot of these wages are going to be doubling. Barella is also being discussed. The wage bill is going to increase considerably this year, just from the existing players. Let's not even talk about the incoming players. So there's definitely going to have to be some movement the other way. So for me, I think Vidal's probably top of the list to save some money in that wage bill. Vecino and Gagliardini, yeah, again, it depends on, it depends. Every summer we say, one of those two could leave, but Vecino usually gets some interest. As I said in the past, Vecino gets interest from top teams or, good level teams. Gagliardini, I never see any good teams being linked with that guy, which says a lot. I don't see him leaving once again, because it's just hard to get any offers for him. And, his wage is not too, too heavy on the bottom line. So it's kind of okay to keep him. So maybe Vecino more than Gagliardini, honestly, because he hasn't got much playing time, which is not his fault because he had that long injury as well. But it doesn't look like, we've seen with Conte, he doesn't really change his team around. He looks like he doesn't really going to get much chance with Conte now. So it makes sense for Vecino probably on a personal level as well to leave and get some regular football somewhere, because he still can definitely be a good contributor somewhere. He was a good mid-table baller before in the past for Fiorentina and Empoli before. So yeah, even if he stays in Serie A for a mid-table team, I remember Napoli were linked up, and Gattuso was a big fan of him, but he's probably not going to stay at Napoli. But yeah, I think out of those, Vidal top of the list for his wage, and then Vecino, and then Gagliardini. But if you ask me, it would be the other way around. It would be Gagliardini first, then Vecino, and then Vidal. That's just my personal preference, but realistically, I think that makes sense to me on that sense. Do you think UEFA will follow up on the Ruben 2-year ban? Nah, man. On the Super League clubs, nah. It's too much. They'll come to some sort of agreement somewhere like in between. Maybe it'll just be a money fine or some sort of deterrent to try to stop them from doing it again. But it won't be, because then you're just going to encourage them to do, to try to do something else with such heavy fines or such heavy punishment. So I don't think. I think they'll come to some sort of diplomatic middle way. Maybe the founding clubs like Real Madrid or Juventus, for you, maybe they'll probably, from what I read, they're the ones that are more in the the firing line. But for the other ones, definitely not, especially the Premier League ones. Apparently they're not going to get anything at all. Yeah, C'è solo l'Inter is a great anthem, man. I'm read somewhere that Raja might get a medal for playing a few games at the beginning of the season. Man, I've discussed this so many times that everyone tells me something different. I honestly don't know what to like tell you guys, because from what I understand, he shouldn't be, because I think he didn't meet the quota appearances wise. I think he had to have 5 appearances, and I don't think he got them. I think he got them between Champions League and Serie A, but I don't think he got 5 Serie A appearances. Or was it 4? Something like that. But I don't really care, man. If he gets one, he gets one. It's good for him. But yeah, it's if Pinamonti's contributed just as much as Raja Nainggolan, and he's getting one. So he's if he gets one, he gets one. I've not really read anything like an official report on the thing. I don't know what the rule is, but I'm sure he probably wouldn't be claiming it himself. He knows he didn't earn that. Gagliardini will be our Buffon. You just can never get rid of him. Oh man, nah. I reckon he'll probably whatever his contract is ending. I think he'll go as a free transfer. Mina will pay Donnarumma and Monopoly money if they miss out on top 4. Hey, man. Any word on new shirt sponsor? No, I haven't heard anything about that. I heard that Lenovo, who were our training shirt sponsors this season, they will be the sponsors for the back of the shirt next season. So they've secured that, which this season was Driver. But I think that the driver's like related to Pirelli anyway, so I don't think we actually got that much extra money from them. So that's already a good deal. Lenovo probably they're probably playing a little bit extra compared to the training jersey money. But on the main sponsor, there's not much room. Everyone keeps talking about Samsung, but now that Lenovo on the back, I doubt that Samsung would be on the front if Lenovo's at the back. That because they're 2 competing companies. So I'm not sure. But Marotta briefly spoke about it in his interview the other day. He said sponsors are waiting for fans to come back to the stadiums, for the revenue to come back. So sponsors at the moment are kind of holding back. I think if it was normal circumstances, we were having sponsors lining up right now to sponsor Inter, but due to this pandemic situation, even that we could be getting, if it was normal situation, we could be getting some really nice deals right now, which Inter deserves. But once again, due to the situation, we might have to take another. It'll definitely be more than Pirelli. Whoever we get will be more than Pirelli. That's one guarantee. But it might not be as much as we probably envisioned or imagined. It might have to take that porn site sponsor. If they pay us, double, triple what Pirelli did, we might have to just take the L and suck it up. But yeah, I don't know how real that was. I don't think that was ever confirmed to be To be real, I think it was just something that someone might have heard about, that someone was interested in maybe proposing that to Inter, but I'm not sure if that was really ever considered by Inter. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. So dream sponsor will be Samsung. Yeah, Samsung just kind of makes sense, visually as well. This logo kind of just looks nice, doesn't it? Remember the Chelsea kits? Just a simple white, nice futuristic typeface that looks nice on a shirt, and they would pay good money. Hey, we got Mr. Anthony Privatera in the house from Inter Worldwide. Good morning to you. Good evening for me here. Just doing a little stream before I go off and do some Netflix watching. Yeah, got 18 people in the house, so might as well get to what I wanted to do. Share my screen with you guys. 1 second. Here we go. So obviously everyone, you guys, going to quickly go through the pictures from yesterday, because so many nice pictures from yesterday. I had like tears in my eyes watching these guys celebrating finally, and a lot of the credit goes to these guys. Guys, Antonello, the CEO of like the financial side of things, Javier Zanetti, vice president, Steven Zhang coming back from China to do for this is why he came back. He's getting all the glory now. Beppe, Marotta, and Piero Ausilio, them two responsible for bringing Conte, bringing the players. Ashraf Hakimi, Ausilio was working on Ashraf Hakimi, I read, since around 2017. This guy's been on Ashraf Hakimi's ass for a while, and he finally landed him this past summer. Bastoni deal, guys, it's reported, obviously on the books is put down as 31 million, but honestly that was an absolute masterstroke, because that was like 16-17 million plus 2 youth players that are not even, I don't even know where they are at the moment. They're probably in Serie B right now. So honestly, Ausilio's work, that the whole defense cost around 60 million euros, like absolute work of art, masterpiece from Ausilio. I know we criticize him a lot of times from the outgoings, the lack of outgoings, but that's the market setting the price. You can't really, it's hard to sell players for more than people are willing to pay. He's done a great job to build this team, and I'm happy that they're getting the credit they deserve. Seeing Conte popping the champagne bottles, popping bottles. Obviously, you got Arturo Vidal. He's very comfortable with a wine glass in his hand, and seeing Steven Zhang popping bottles as well, fully deserved, man. And him being lifted and hoisted and thrown around. Good thing it wasn't Handanovic doing it, because he would be probably dropping him. But yeah, so good to see these scenes, hashtag Conte out in the mud completely, seeing these scenes. Ranocchia, man, as we spoke about on my stream the other day with the guys, he's went through so much pain and abuse and so many white hairs. Look how many white hairs this guy's got. But fully deserved his glory and his time. The Latino gang, the cartel enjoying Scudetto, so good to see these group pictures. And I honestly, for Sampdoria, I'm worried, because I'm seeing these training pictures. It doesn't look like there's much training going on, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised to see a loss against Sampdoria, because the way we're celebrating, drinking wine and champagne, yeah, it's absolutely crazy, but so good to see. And I'm sure you guys saw that 20-25 minute video on the Inter channel that shows all the celebrations and player interviews. It's so nice to see these backstage things and interviews and background stuff. Love to see it. And obviously the epic Brozo celebration all around. So yeah, and then I wanted to move on to Lautaro. Lautaro actually spoke out about the Barcelona rumors. I've got the Sempre Inter translated article here. We know, guys, that Lautaro was heavily linked with the Barcelona last season, and it definitely, after January, his head was turned. You could see his performances dipped massively. He didn't look like the same player. Inter fans wanted him out, all this kind of stuff. Even at the beginning of this season, he was getting slandered a lot. He's like, oh, we should have sold him. Oh, we should have sold him when we had the chance. But as I've said many times, guys, just because Barcelona bid for him or they tried to, buy him or there was talks, that doesn't mean that there was actually something there. Because as Lautaro confirms here, the Blaugrana had economic problems at that moment, so I decided to stay Inter. So it's like, that's like me going out to Inter and saying, "Oh, I'll bid 1 billion for you," but I don't have the money. Like, what's the point in that? So there was nothing concrete on the table. And as he said, he was talking to Messi. Leo asked me what the situation was, but nothing particular. It would have been a great opportunity, obviously, but it turned out to be the right decision. And now we've won the Scudetto. And it's incredible to win a title at such an important club. And Lautaro also confirmed that he's going to get a tattoo of the Scudetto at some point. He said he's already booked it. He's booked the appointment at the tattoo studio. I know Anthony's getting a tattoo. Lautaro is getting a tattoo. Bastoni also said he might be getting a tattoo as well, but he hasn't really thought of the design yet. But Lautaro says everything is ready. Just needs to get it done. So, it shows how much this means to Lautaro, how Lautaro is, attached to Inter and, scoring a new personal best tally this season of 15 goals in Serie A. A great season by Lautaro overall. And he also revealed that he was wanted by Real Madrid before Inter bought him from Racing in 2018. They came calling for me twice while I was in the academy, but I wanted to make a name for myself in Argentina. I made the step to move to Europe when I was ready. So, he's got his head on his shoulders. He knows what he's doing, this guy. A lot of Argentinian players, they take that first chance, whenever a European club comes in, like, yes, the money is here, let's go. And then, they end up, being, in the shadow somewhere. But Lautaro was, he was calm, he was patient, which is, it shows that, he knows what he's doing. And, he talked about his relationship with Lukaku. I love the way he plays. This interview was with ESPN in Argentina, by the way. We understand each other brilliantly on the pitch, and he's a fantastic person. You can see that their relationship is so good. And then he talks about Diego Milito, obviously, Inter legend. I think Serie A is one of the most difficult leagues for a striker. We all know that. Very tactical league. It's very difficult when your opponents seep deep in the area. We know that as Inter fans, that teams, when they come to players, they like to do that to us. So it's always difficult for a striker for that. But he's also talked about in the future, he wants to return to Racing Club one day. The fans are crazy and passionate, just like Inter fans. That's probably his boyhood team. Makes sense. And then talking about Milito, I used to watch Milito a lot when we were teammates. His control of the ball, the accuracy of his shots on goal. I learned so much from him. Yeah, imagine Lautaro if he really learns from Milito's finishing. If he gets that ice cold finishing in front of goal, man, everyone's in trouble. Hey, by the way, guys, have you seen the last few episodes? I've rebranded the color of the channel to gold because obviously Scudetto winners now gold only, gold things. You know what I mean? Let's see. What are you going to watch on Netflix? I'm not sure yet. I need to start a new show. I've finished Ozark and other things that still have new seasons to come. Casa de Papel or Money Heist still. I'm waiting on the new season. Yeah, I saw the I Am Scudetto video, man. Such a good video. It's intermedia. I think that one might be the best video Intermedia House has ever made. Nangolan salivating for that wine for sure. Yeah, man. I made that same joke. Hey, we got Mr. Brady in the house from Canada, from Brampton. My man, good to see you in the house. But anyway, back to Inter news quickly before I go. As I was talking to you earlier about the new contracts incoming, Bastoni, Ausilio and Marotta confirmed that Bastoni's contract is pretty much done. He will be signing a new contract very soon. Inter fans should be waiting too much longer before Basto signs a new contract. But we're just waiting on the securing of the loan deal that we've been talking excuse me, the loan deal with Bain Capital or Oak Tree Capital, the 250 million euro deal that's going to be finalized to, you know, cover all these financial liquidity issues that we have at the moment. His agent Tullio Tinti confirmed on Monday that he agreed a new deal to extend the 21-year-old's contract, which only needs finalizing. And yeah, that's amazing news, guys. His current contract expires in 2023, so I'm guessing he'll be extended to 2025 or something like that. So that's great news moving forward, guys, securing the future of Italy's defense. There's no doubt that this guy's the future of Italy's defense. You know, he's going to be at the Euros this summer, barring, you know, Roberto Mancini, you know, losing his mind and not taking him. He is definitely the future of Italy and Inter. Another interesting news, Inter's Curva Nord is planning a wall of color to welcome the Nerazzurri players for the Sampdoria game. So obviously they're not allowed at the San Siro inside the stadium. So they're going to do it outside of the stadium. And there's the press release they did. For our next match against Sampdoria, we want to celebrate the team by accompanying them to the entrance of the stadium. Statement on the group's Facebook page read, "It will be a wall of color and passion that takes your breath away." So I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know, the Curva Nord guys obviously have a reputation to be, you know, a bit old school and a bit maybe on the racist side of things. But, you know, these guys always go in and, you know, they know what they're doing when it comes to these kind of things. They always they're immaculate. The designs are always, you know, eye-catching and very, very good and iconic. So looking forward to seeing that. Ausilio also spoke. Ausilio said there's no plans to sell players. Mourinho at Roma will make a huge impact. Him and Marotta both spoke after the Scudetto celebrations, as I said, and reassuring words really from Ausilio. But the thing with Ausilio is, guys, he's like one of those guys that you shouldn't really take what he says as gospel. This guy a lot of times says things just to, you know, calm the fan base, but a lot of times I've seen Inter have done things differently from what he said they would do. So here he says, you know, our idea is to do things well, but we're not thinking about selling players, which is probably true. You know, they're probably not thinking of selling players, but it's still premature to talk about these things. We've not discussed the matter yet. They'll wait till the end of the season. But as the president Zhang said, as Marotta said, and as Ausilio now said, we like winning and we want to continue doing so. And this is what I like to hear, that we're not looking to just stop now that we won the Scudetto. They're still looking to continue with that, getting that second star on the logo, man. That'll be very nice to get that second star next season. Going for that second star, when you get 20 Scudetti, you get 2 stars. So that's what I want to see, the team going out once again, challenging strongly for the Scudetto. The coach has a desire to prove himself again. As we know, Conte is an absolute born winner. We want to develop and keep improving, but we need to be honest and affront issues which will be dealt with at the right moment. There are economic situations caused by the pandemic which have led to reduced revenues. I don't think we'll have an official meeting like we did last summer. Remember that big ass meeting they did after the Europa League final where it looked like Conte might be even leaving, but he said it won't be something like that. It will be something a bit more low key and normal. And yeah, he talked about the you know, the Bastoni contract's pretty much there. And as I was telling you guys the other day, the Lautaro one is actually, you know, it was reports saying that he ditched his agent and he's negotiating himself, but that was fake. He actually changed agent, so he's now with the Hakimi's agent or the Hakimi camp. So they will reopen negotiations from the not from the beginning, but they'll have to have some deeper talks once again for the Lautaro situation. But it looks like there shouldn't be any issues. And he says he's fairly certain that we're capable of maintaining the quality of the team. Well, most of all, thinking about the financial aspect. And as I've been saying to you guys, keep your expectations low for this summer, guys. Because if you keep them low, at least you won't be disappointed. If you're expecting Gosens, De Paul, and, you know, all these types of players, you're just going to be left disappointed, in my opinion. But obviously, you do what the fuck you want to do. And finally, Ashley Young also spoke, who said joining Inter was the best decision of his career. And, you know, you can't blame the guy. I think it obviously is true. Young provided 3 assists this season, and I've spoken on this channel this year. I feel like he's been one of our worst players of the season. I've not been happy with his contribution this year, but overall, not much I can say negatively about this guy. He's got himself into the group. He looks like he's part of the team. He's Conte clearly likes what he provides. He works hard. There's no complaints from me on that part. Just obviously age has caught up to him. And he talked about how leaving United last January wasn't easy, but he always had the ambition and drive and desire to win. And you can see that with him. He still has that desire and that ambition to win, which you need in the team. And yeah, going out there, making the decision, I think it was the best one I made. He's made 56 appearances in all competition for Inter. Wow, just in a year and a half, that's testament to his durability. Scoring 4 goals, 8 assists, that's a good return overall. That's as I'm saying. I'm happy with the 18 months he's had Young at Inter. And his contract is up in the summer, and I'm hearing, he's going to go back to Watford, his boyhood club, which makes sense, going back to England and all that, where he came from, finishing his career in his local club, Watford. Yeah. Shouts out to Ashley Young. There's actually a podcast out there. I forgot what the name of the podcast is, but they asked him about the Conte training methods, and it's quite insightful. He talks about how hard a Conte training session is and how Lukaku was making fun of him in the first training session. So I recommend that. If you type on the Spotify, I'm sure it'll come up. If you type in like Ashley Young on Spotify, it'll probably come up. It was a podcast by like a former English footballer. Yeah, it was only like 20-30 minutes chat, but it was a nice insight into Ashley Young's life at Inter. Keanu says, I heard Lautaro secured 4.5 million till 2024. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. But they said because there's a new agent, so they'll probably have to has still a few details because they're still talking about the release clause. Are they going to keep the 111 million release clause that he had? Yeah. Have I watched Invincible yet? No, I haven't. I've heard. It's been recommended to me. Appreciate that for the new colors. Villarreal won. Ooh, Arsenal Fan TV will be worth tuning in for then. If Villarreal won. Good evening. Do you have any sports documentary recommendations? I enjoyed All or Nothing and The Last Dance. There's a Dortmund documentary, but you've probably seen that if you're talking about All or Nothing. There's a Dortmund All or Nothing as well on Amazon. On Netflix, they have a Boca Juniors Confidential, which is quite interesting. It's like a look into like Boca Juniors. It shows Nahita Hernandez in that, the Cagliari player, because when he was still there, it's quite interesting. Obviously, he's now a little bit old, but he shows like Carlos Tevez, and it's just because the South American clubs are so different. So it's a nice insight into Boca Juniors. I think it's like 6 episodes. That one's quite interesting. I've heard the F1, the Drive to Survive or something. I heard that one's good, but I haven't seen it. Here Samir also recommends it as well. Respect, actually, I respect actually, but you have to be honest, and I'm not biased, or I don't like to slander players just for the sake of it, but I feel like this season he's not really performed to a good level, caused 2 penalties. But overall, when in the future people ask me about Ashley Young at Inter, I'm just going to say positive things, only positive memories. Great hairline, good teammate, good energy, good vibes. So yeah, and that goal against Atalanta, that's one of the best goals of 2020 for sure. Oh yeah, Sunderland till I die as well. It's a decent one. You want to get lower league football insight. Thoughts on Simi as vice Lukaku? Yeah, we've talked about it on the channel before. I think Simi, low cost. I think his contract expires next summer. Cortone obviously in Serie B next season, so negotiation should be pretty easy with them. I liked what I saw against Inter. He had a decent touch. Obviously, he's got the goal scoring numbers, not just this season in Serie B as well. He used to have always good numbers. Needs a better trim, needs a better haircut, but we can sort that out for him. So yeah, if you can get them on a cut price deal, below 10 million euros, low salary, obviously it could be the answer to a cheap vice Lukaku option, you know, cheaper than the likes of Dzeko, Giroud, who would be very expensive with the salary. So it depends on our budget. Obviously, I would prefer the likes of Giroud or Dzeko, especially because Conte likes them. But yeah, see me as vice Lukaku. I'm for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. The little quick news update on the contract situation. Curva Nord, Piero Zilio's words, Ashley Young's words. Thanks for joining me for this one. 40 minutes stream. I'll see if I can get someone for the pre-match tomorrow for the Sampdoria match. I'm talking to a few guys on Twitter to see who can come on. Otherwise, I'll just do it myself. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Keep an eye out for the merch coming soon. There's this one and there's another design that will be releasing very soon. Keep an eye out for that. And yeah, ciao ragazzi, forza Inter. Keep enjoying the Scudetto, guys. Keep enjoying it.